stopped the recording.
Just go.
I stopped the recording. I'm good now.
Hey again, everyone. It's Tyler Cavalli and Jacob Roth as we're in Wahoo, Nebraska at Wahoo Locker. It's our latest stop of KRVN's Sizzling across Nebraska. When we've gone to a lot of lockers, Jacob, across the state of Nebraska, everyone says, make sure you stop at Wahoo Locker. And we are going to, I think, hopefully understand why here in just a minute.
You know, there's a list of 5 probably that we hear regularly, and they're kind of regional. When we're in this region, we've heard here, southeast, we've heard a different one, but they all kind of come back to the same. There's a lot of great lockers across the state, and pulling up to this one, it's quite the building.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite a miraculous size, a cathedral to lockers, if you will. So excited to see what inside the cathedral looks like and get a little bit more information about the home of the famous Wahoo Wiener.
All right, yeah, I'm definitely interested to learn more about the Wahoo Wiener. Thanks to our great sponsors, the Nebraska Beef Council, putting on the Nebraska Beef Passport, the Nebraska Cattlemen, the Dawson County Cattlemen, Cross Diamond Cattle, and Cross Diamond Meats in Bertrand. So let's head inside the Cathedral of Meat, if you will, here at the Wahoo Locker. All right, again, we're here as we're in Wahoo at the Wahoo Locker. We're talking with Connor Emsweiler, who is the manager here. And Connor, let's talk about how this all got started. I understand it's a family business with you and your family, and talk about rewinding all the way back, how and when this all got started.
All right, so Charlie's my dad. He opened the original Wahoo Locker here 27 years ago. It was right across the alley here. The building we're in right now is about 13, 14 years old. We had a fire in the previous locker, and we bought this place and started the renovations, and it was a lot more space for us, obviously. Plant over there was only 3,500 square feet. We obviously have a lot more space, and we've been growing ever since.
You never want a fire, but I guess in some ways it's been a happy accident because obviously you guys have been able to grow.
Yeah, we've grown a lot, and now we've had several expansions already at this place. And I guess, it's been busy.
So talk about what you guys offer here. Can people bring in their cattle, or whatever, maybe you do hogs, whatever animal it is, and you guys are the full process?
Yes, we're a federally inspected processing plant. Obviously, your beef, hogs, goats, lambs. People could bring us an animal, a live animal. We'll slaughter it, cut it to their specifications. From there, they could go take it to anywhere they want and resell that package for package to any consumer that wants their product. And we do a lot of other things as well, but that's kind of our main process.
And kind of one thing that we know has been hit and miss, and it's rapidly changed, honestly, since COVID, from what a lot of lockers sound like, but you guys seem to be deer processing. Is that something that you guys do, and what does that kind of look like for you guys? Because from what we've heard from all of our other stops, it's quite the process to do it, but we keep on hearing your name is one of the ones that does do it.
Yeah, we do a lot of deer. If you count all of our boneless and whole deer, we'll do roughly 4,000 deer. So that's
4,000 deer. That's incredible. There's people who are like, we do like 50 or 100, and you're doing 4,000.
Yeah, we won't turn down any deer. We just keep them coming.
That's like a year-round thing then, huh?
I mean, yeah, people will bring in just trim that, they say they're going to make their own product at home, and then it's like June or July, and they'll be like, can I bring this in? I just don't have time. And, so we actually take in deer year-round. Obviously, it's not, during the summer months, you're not taking a deer every day. But so, yeah, it's like, starting September, all the way through, late season, January, that's our main big deer part.
So if you have that many deer, do you have a separate area then, a full-time separate area just for wild game essentially at this point?
Yeah, to bring in that many, we have to stop our beef and hog slaughter. So there won't be any beef or hogs in here in November. So we shut down slaughter in November.
Talk about the aspect of, with the beef side of thing. Again, if you're doing 4,000 deer, what are you looking at in terms of Nebraska beef product and overall that are coming in?
For us, it was slower in the springtime, but now we have a wait list, so we're full right now in terms of our beef and hog processing. So I guess it's good for us. I know there's other places that might not be.
Obviously, as you kind of touched on a little bit, things have been very swinging a lot, busy, and then not so busy, and then kind of settling in onto a new normal, if you want to call it that. What was it kind of like going from the COVID time frame where, from everything we understand, it was a pretty good time to be in the locker business, but obviously things have changed dramatically, and just this summer there's been a big change in how high beef prices have gotten. If you feel like you've seen a big change on how consumers are getting their beef picked up, or what does that kind of look like from your point of view?
Yeah, I guess before COVID, like my dad said, in the last 27 years, it kind of used to be what it used to be before COVID. So he kind of just reminds us, like, this is kind of what it was before COVID. There usually was a not as busy time, and then the whole COVID thing where everyone's just slammed. And then I feel like now, with all the prices, it's like it might offset that COVID type of thing. It's because people were really going for, farm to fork, or all the sayings they do now, but more locally processed beef and hogs, where now they're way higher. So I don't know if that's truly just offsetting that. But prices are ridiculous right now.
Yeah.
So,
We're talking to Connor Emsweiler, who is the manager here at Wahoo Locker. It's our latest stop of KRVN's Sizzling across Nebraska. I want to go back and talk more about the prices and obviously how it's affecting you guys. And when we started this at the beginning of the summer, it was a story, but maybe not as much early on, and now it's totally different. What does that look like with the cattle prices, and how has it affected the Wahoo Locker?
I think this affected us a little bit. I don't know if, we're only slower in the beginning of the year, if that has to do with where the prices were at the moment, or if people are just saying, like, okay, it is what it is now, and they are just continuing with paying that. Overall, compared to the last other years, it hasn't affected us a lot. I think people are just understanding that, this is the true price, and no one actually is ripping them off. It kind of an is what it is thing right now, with how the prices, all prices have gone up. So I don't know if it's just the one thing, but I think people are accepting it now, and it hasn't hurt us a ton.
And obviously that local demand is increasing. People wanting to know kind of where their meat's coming from. You guys obviously have a giant kind of radius of people that bring in animals to you. What does that radius kind of look like? Obviously, as you're kind of obviously nestled more in eastern Nebraska, how far does that go east, west, and what is your kind of rough understanding of your range of people bringing in animals?
It is all over Nebraska. We even have, it's a local producer, but they'll bring in a bunch of hogs out once, and it gets shipped to California. So we're going all over the place here. It's mostly local, obviously, but people do drive hours and hours in other states, in Minnesota, Iowa, Kansas, a lot of surrounding states. It's not the bulk of our business, but I think it says something that people will drive that far to have their, animal products made here. So it's cool and exciting.
Talk about the process in terms of with beef, since it is beef passport, how long you guys hang, and what your process is like that going forward.
Yeah, so our standard is 14 days age. We'll hang it longer for people that specifically want it hung an extra week or so. You want a further process from there?
Yeah.
Well, after it's hung, obviously, goes to our cut table, and from there it matters whose beef we're cutting, if this is going to be if it's a federally inspected beef, or if it's just going to, Joe that lives in Wahoo, Nebraska. We'll pull his cut sheet up and cut it just how he wants it.
And you guys obviously have a lot more here as well in terms of your storefront. Talk about that and how you guys have evolved that.
Yeah, our retail side, I think it's just slowly been growing. We have a lot of other locations now. We have a lot of different gas stations and different other stores that will come get our product at a wholesale price, and they'll sell it at their store. So our product is all over the place, and being at our location here in Wahoo, you have obviously Lincoln and Omaha within about a half-hour drive. So, that's a very big population of Nebraska just on this eastern side. So we get our product in front of a lot of faces, and we're just always growing.
And it looks like fresh cuts that you guys have here. What do you have?
Yep, we cut fresh steaks, roast, grind burger daily. Take special orders for them so people can say, Friday I want to pick up 75 ribeyes. We'll do that. All boneless, bone-in steaks. We pretty much have it all.
And it looks like, obviously, as we're on the beef passport, so highlighting the beef side of things, but obviously you've got other proteins over there, as well as kind of a variety of other things. You've got great t-shirts. We'll probably get a video of one of them. Made me laugh for sure. But you've also got, it looked like there was like different knives, different kits that people can do to help them cook at home. Talk a little bit about that and how that's developed over the past couple of years.
Yeah, so our whole kitchen store is, it's really revolved around, obviously, protein. So, we sell a variety of knives. We have tons of different seasonings, all sorts of different kitchen gadgets from anything to shred meat. We have so many things up there, but yeah, we have tons of seasonings, marinades, knives, and the meat. So we got it all.
Yeah. Do you guys ship meat across the United States? And can you find what you guys offer anywhere else?
We currently do not ship. So we have four other locations of ours inside of our wine, beer, and spirit stores that are still in Nebraska. So we do not have any locations outside of Nebraska yet, but.
And talk a little bit, obviously, as things kind of continue to evolve, going back to the price side of things, do you feel like you've seen a change in terms of, are more people coming to that retail space and just filling up a cooler as opposed to getting the half or the quarter? Have you seen changes in that, or is the volume just kind of that large that you don't notice the things like that or that much change as of yet?
Oh, haven't seen a lot of change like that. I think if it definitely stays higher, keeps going higher, you're gonna get the people that are just gonna, want one or two steaks here, or a couple pounds of ground beef here, because they don't want to see that large bill all at once. It's an investment, obviously, but so far we haven't seen it like totally flip where, we're working double on our retail compared to our processing side. So not yet.
And speaking of the retail spot, one of our favorite parts is we get to sample and try all the different things that all the lockers specialize in. What would you recommend is the thing that's like, this is what Wahoo Locker does best, this is what we do? What would you recommend that me and Tyler try, and anyone that's coming to stamp their passport try as well?
I'd have to just say our Wahoo wiener, made with beef and pork, but it's kind of our staple item. I'd say if you come to Wahoo, you have to try the Wahoo wiener.
All right, we'll take home a Wahoo wiener. We'll share with all, that's for sure. Why is it important to be a part of the Nebraska Beef Passport program?
Yeah, I think it's an awesome program. It sure gives people a reason to go and try out all these new places. Maybe they've never been there. And there's a big variety of different kinds of places that are on the Beef Passport, which is really cool. But I think we definitely have people that are like, we've never been here, but hey, this place is cool. Yeah. And that's what it should do. That's awesome.
Right. You mentioned you have a weight in terms of cattle. What does the weight look like? And if somebody was interested in bringing their cow in here, how can they get in contact with you guys?
Yep, you could just call our main locker line. Right now we do have a small wait list for the rest of the year. We always do have cancellations, so we really do try to get you booked, but I can't promise a booking until January.
Okay. All right, as we wrap up, talk about your location and then the hours and days that you guys are open.
Yep, so we're located at 205 West 5th Street. We're open from 8 till 5:30, Monday through Friday. Saturdays we're open from 8 till 1.
All right, very good. Well, that is Connor Emsweiler, who is the manager of Wahoo Locker. It's our latest stop of KRVN's Sizzling across Nebraska. All right, we're back outside the Cathedral of Meats. And boy, well, we didn't see a lot of the meats. We can understand why, as they are processing truly a load and a ton of meats here at Wahoo Locker.
You missed it. It's 2 ton. 2 ton of deer a year.
2 ton.
Well, no, it was that many animals, and each one doesn't. I don't know. No, a lot of meat goes through Wahoo Locker, and it makes a lot of sense. We're here at their main one in Wahoo. They talked about a couple different kind of satellite spots, just trying to get everything processed. But we were here at the main one. It makes sense. Everybody we were talking to was super nice. It was a great conversation that we had with Connor, kind of just laying everything out and giving us a little bit of the background of the history of the place, the family-oriented side of it and all that. So a lot of great stuff here if the camera could calm down, but really, really cool experience, and makes sense why this one is one that people talk about.
Well, and it's interesting. They made something out of what was a tragedy for them, right? Like their family had a building that was the original Wahoo locker. It then burned down, and instead of folding, they said, let's go bigger and bolder. And they truly have. And everything has worked out at the end of the day for them. And it's just grown. And it's a family business. That's been what's great about this whole entire thing with the Beef Passport is you're supporting local, you're supporting Nebraska families. And you're doing that here at the Wahoo Locker, where you can buy beef, you can take your beef. There's a little bit of a wait, but they said that they have opportunities that you can eventually get in here. So this is what it's all about.
No, and they said they've got a big range. And again, it's that thing that we kind of ring true every single stop. You roughly know where your stuff's coming from. You might not know the exact farmer, but they do. And that's the thing that it's really, really cool, and kind of keeps that local aspect. Even in a community like Wahoo, which has a giant community in Lincoln and a giant town in Omaha just down the road by a half hour or so, it kind of keeps that local community feel, and they're doing it here at Wahoo Locker.
I know this is the Beef Passport, but when he said 4,000 deer in a year, that's eye-popping. That caught both of our eyes.
Well, no, and I think as we kind of talked with them a little bit, as people, just because it is so difficult to kind of turn over and reset your whole operation essentially, business has been funneled to a couple large lockers, and Wahoo Locker's one of those, and it seems like they love it. I mean, they very clearly do all sorts of hunting, as we saw. All these trophies that their family has gotten in one way or another. So really cool opportunity and a really cool spot here in Wahoo.
Neat story, that is for sure, here in the Wahoo Locker. Once again, thanks to our great sponsors powering the Red Meat Road Trip, the Nebraska Cattlemen, the Dawson County Cattlemen, the Nebraska Beef Council, Cross Diamond Cattle, and Cross Diamond Meats in Bertrand as well. We appreciate all their sponsorship. We appreciate Connor and his family for allowing us to come in, chat, and learn more about the Wahoo Locker. He's Jacob Rupp. I'm Tyler Cavalli. This has been another successful Red Meat Road Trip stop in Wahoo.